most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that don't want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace Owens.
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail.
What a fucking cunt.
Of her piece today.
I'm done.
The idea that she'd imply that you had some benefit or that you benefit somehow. Like she
benefited. I think she's a Fed, and I think she killed Charlie. No one. She killed Charlie. No one benefited more than her. Benefited. I think she's a Fed, and I think she killed Charlie. No one. She killed Charlie. She killed Charlie. No one. She killed Charlie.
The answer to that is yes. I remember seeing. Now, I'm not. Now, again, this is entertainment purposes. Yeah, sure. Sure they are. Sure they are. But what made me think about something like that and come to a crazy conclusion that eventually Tim Pool just recently came to conclusions with was my prior knowledge to Candace Owens. Am I... I made this prediction, not just this prediction, but just this revelation that a lot of people did not want to see. A lot of people did not want to believe, because I get it. A little too good to be true. She's very eloquent. She's very presentable. Candace, I'm talking about. And the truther community laps her up like crazy. They just because they honestly think that she is this authentic, either truther or conservative conservative woman, and I'm saying, and I said for a long time, I don't trust her, because I used to believe in her. I did. I used to follow Candace back when she was a red pill black, way, and this was like about 10 years ago. But then there was this huge thing where it was revealed that she had a doxing website, and so and then she just said no, it was a splash page. And now, for people who don't know what a splash page is, it means it's just a page that's out in the public, but it's dysfunctional and it's like not complete. No, it was functional. It was a complete website. And so I just lost all faith and trust in her because of that. Because I realized how much of a freaking snake she was. And I made that prediction because, and this prediction came after she said, she sent this or posted the to my friend Charlie Kirk, and we'll get to that, and we'll get that to that in a second, because here's, and why did I think that she might have been, may not done it exactly, but she was the brains behind it, because of the context. She's a very attention-seeking person with no moral boundaries. She really isn't. And what ended up and not only that, and I'm not gonna go as far as say, yeah, I'm the arbiter of this, and you need to take things at my face value. No, you don't need to take things at face value. But what I will tell you one thing about me. I'm a musician, one, and two, I have a big background in theater, in acting. I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid. Yeah, I know, and I guess the narrative on me is that, oh, Phoenix is a failed actor in XYZ and 1, 2, 3, whatever. I don't care whatever you say about me. But yeah, just as long as it's not defamatory, of course. So, but what made me do that reading was I watched her body language after this. Watch and listen to this, everybody. I want you to be really, really, really paying attention. We're gonna not debunk, but we're gonna deconstruct tone of voice, body language, and this is how I came to that conclusion way at the beginning. That even that Tim Pool had basically I wouldn't say the audacity, but just like, yeah, the galls to say here. Watch this. We're gonna watch her To My Friend video. This is right after. This is after he passed here. So I did a reading after watching this.
Well, that has never happened before. I guess we could say Charlie broke the internet one more time. 150,000 of you guys were watching, and the system just sort of crashed. And it just really makes me happy that happened. Actually, it was already very difficult for me to do this for a lot of reasons. But
now listen to the way she even opens up. Look at her face here. Is this somebody that doesn't sound nor look like something, to me at least? Leave in the comments and say in the stream if you're here live. I'll put a link in the description. Hi JG. She's easy on the eyes and was her what prime and when she was a rising star. Yeah, yeah, she kind of is easy on the eyes, but let me tell you this: a pretty face is something that you need to be very, very weary of, because I mean, yeah, they can be. I'm not saying all good-looking people are snakes, but that, yeah, but check this out here, and this is why I said this, because in the truther community doesn't have the fucking audacity, maybe not the audacity, but they don't have the fucking balls to go where I'm about to go. Like I said, I'm not the most professional, but I'm pretty polished and pretty structured and pretty good when it comes to decoding tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions. Look at this facial expression right here. Is this the face of somebody who's distraught, or does this sound like somebody? Is this the face of something who's like bummed? Like, damn it! Damn it!
I knew it was important because I didn't want the last thing that people had in their minds about Charlie to be.
And there's subtle panic too, frustration. You hear that? When someone is very sorry and distraught, this is after he got decapitated. Does this sound and look like someone who is actually distraught, sorry, and upset that they lost somebody? This was her friend, supposedly. This was her friend, her business partner. She's not, and I'm saying
the moment he lost his life, that was what was especially hard, because he's just had so many amazing moments throughout his career. And as I was saying, I was having this discussion with George this morning, obviously through a lot of tears, about not wanting Charlie's caricature to survive when the actual.
Listen, in the freaking truther community, you have to understand with this with the truther community and all this other stuff, if you really want to get to the truth and what is really going on here, you also have to listen to comfort. This girl, this woman, doesn't sound like she's. It's like, and it's like, what do I mean by that? Listen to the fluency of her voice. It's as if nothing ever happened. It's like she's still speaking in good tone, but then there's a sudden little, frustration of like, it's the undertones of her voice.
Charlie Kirk individual, who Charlie Kirk actually is so much more important. The caricature, the cartoon, is that Charlie is this young, smart guy, made a career out of debating college kids, decided not to go to college, started.
Now you see. Oh, you see what she pulled?
Debating college kids, decided not to go to college, started.
She's getting animated here. She's getting animated. She's pissed. She's pissed off that it doesn't come across as like a she's pissed that she's upset. Now she's there's a nagging undertone. She doesn't sound distraught. She doesn't sound like I said in the video previously, the audio video that I posted. It was more like, why didn't this work? This is what the face that I'm talking about. The faces she's making, the tones she's having, is not on par with, I just lost my friend. Who could have done such a thing? I'm coming after you. It's not like that. It's not anger. It's not distraught. It's not disbelief. At least in disbelief in terms of like, how the hell could this have happened? It's why the hell didn't this work?
Turning Point USA. And I think a lot of people thought that.
Look and listen to the amount of comfort and the sass. There's sass going on here. That is what I'm paying attention to. Put a 1 in the chat if you see sass happening here. Put a 1 in the chat if you see some sass happening, because I'm seeing sass.
Charlie must take himself a bit too seriously, and I want you guys to know that that could not be further from the truth. Charlie and me were always laughing. Yes, he was ambitious. Everybody knows Charlie is ambitious. I met him back in 2017 when Turning Point was this very young organization. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew who Charlie Kirk was. And Charlie was always wearing...
Bullshit. They knew who she was because in 2017, again, 2012, she broke into the scenes around 2014, 2015. She broke into the scenes about 2015, and I as Red Pill Black, and she got really popular with the Red Pill community, or not just Red Pill, but like the walk away when the Black community was starting to walk away from the Democratic plantation, that walk away campaign, all this other stuff. She was huge and prevalent. That happened around like 2015, 2016. That's when I first heard about her. She was Red Pill Black, and she was getting a lot of views and from rage bait of the Colin Kaepernick kneeling situation. Oh my God, this is a Black person who's standing against America, and this. So she found a niche. And she's really good with marketing herself here. She found a niche. She found an audience, because back then there were not a lot of Black conservatives or Black spokesmen who spoke on the more like the Republican side. It was all straight white dudes, and I'm not. And she was kind of like what you would consider, if you want to get a little racial here, the token Black chick, the one who actually is starting to stick up and say no, what's going on, and so she started. So no, that was nonsense. She's been a leftist. Been a leftist activist for a long while.
These really baggy suits. I mean, they looked like they were hand-me-downs from 3 generations, because he was focused on the ideas. He didn't care about his appearance. He was laser focused on what he knew Turning Point could become. Not could become, but would become. He hired me on the spot. We were at this conference in Florida, and he and I used to always say, we never said the rest was history.
Listen again to her voice. That fucking agitated. She's there's an agitation in her. There's an agitated undertone. How, like, why didn't this work?
rest is history. We say the rest is future. We were totally locked in, and I want you guys to know about our first planning sesh. Okay, it was in the middle of Chicago O'Hare Airport.
And let me tell you this: if you're a part of the truther community and you're not trying to outright show you can keep each other in check and stuff like that, the truth. This is the thing about. First of all, I will say I'm a truther. I'm part of this community, the new age, whatever it is. It's very important to keep each other in check. So that way nobody gets deceived. Okay. And this is the biggest face of deception. And I'm saying, do I hate minority commentators or women doing this? Absolutely not. But if you have to be coming from an authentic and real place and not be a fox. Okay, you can't be a wolf in sheep's clothing here. And there are lots of those in every freaking community. Candace is one of them. There are lots of people who are wolves in sheep's clothing who look fantastic and sound fantastic on the freaking surface, but it leads to your freaking demise.
Is this restaurant that's called the Macaroni Grill. And I sat down with Charlie on our first trip together. He flips over this little paper menu as we're waiting for our flight, and he takes out this pen and he just starts drawing a map of what he wants to happen into the future, what the Turning Point organization will become. It was
sass. Listen to even again the sass. She's in. This is why I said in that video when I did my reading of and came to the conclusion that she is the mastermind of all this. This is why. Look at, because we're going to cover another. So after this, we're going to cover a little bit to basically cover. We're going to. I apologize for the stutter here. We're gonna cover a little bit of this of how she was basically coming to cover her tracks and go on to this crazy tantrum. Yeah, so truthers, where are you?
Baztic, it was unhinged, it was the absolute best. It was true Charlie. He was a visionary. Charlie was a visionary. If he could envision it, it was going to happen. He knew that. I knew that. And
listen to the frustrated undertones. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not people need to listen. People need to freaking listen. And again, if you disagree with me, or if you want to have your commentary, please come on in and into the if you want to be a guest, even if it's for a few minutes. JG, if you want to hop on in and put your thoughts in, I want to hear them if you have time, or if you want to at all. And anyone in the audience, let me tell you this about this channel. This is a truther community channel. Exactly. She said it. JG said it herself. Envy. This freaking and this is the video that this is the video that she posted after after he got decapitated. You can't make this crap up. You really can't.
And what he had envisioned was for Turning Point USA to become the biggest conservative student organization, not just in the nation, by the way, but in the world. He kind of squabbled and swiveled and wrote.
Another thing about you truthers, not all truthers, but what a lot of truthers need to do is be good with understanding body language. Look at the eyes right here. This is why didn't this work? And just like anger, not sorrow. You had everyone else in disarray, eyes looking downward, tone very monotone, in disbelief. That's how Tim Pool was. That's how Benny Johnson was. That's how the president was. That's how the Kirk's family, they were like, what the heck, man? They were about to weep. They were about to cry. They were in just disarray. She's not in disarray. She's pissed.
That the structure is currently a 501c3, and he's sitting there talking.
All right, I'm through with this nonsense. Yeah. You can tell she's pissed. Right here. I may not be the most fluent in analytical body language, but again, I'm not stupid either. You give certain looks, you move a certain way. I don't care what. I couldn't give two shits in a fuck about what you are saying. How you're saying it and how you're moving dictates the intent, the context, all of that stuff, which is very important. And look at the shit that followed. I did a reading after watching this and called it. I played that earlier on, and we'll play it again here. We'll play it again here, everybody. We'll play it again.
That you had some benefit, or that you benefit somehow. Like
she benefited. I think she's a Fed, and I think she killed Charlie. No one benefited more than her. And now she is, when you look at what's stopping us from winning in 2026 right now, what the biggest threat and the biggest fear we have is, it is the disarray on the right. It is the fracturing of the coalition of all the different voices that came together and stopped the neoliberal bullshit liberal economic order machine.
I'll play you Tim's final commentary here, saying that he's going to shut down Tim Cass IRA assassin.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, that was from Benny Johnson.
Are you wearing 7 layers and still freezing your man nipples? You need the new 300
kill her. That was going to be noted. We talked about that on our show. Tim Pool going off. If Candace Owens isn't responsible for the shooting at Tim Pool's home,
hand, why you sound like a retard to the average person, and then Democrat.
Sorry,
you're thinking about taking off in the sunset. Who we got left? So Charlie's gone.
Candace Owens. Congratulations.
Okay, we got Candace Owens too.
Good. So you can spin around with your dick in your hand while you sound like a retard to the average person, and then Democrats win.
I mean, but you're taking off.
Yeah, you know why? Because people are not. When I get private texts and messages saying like, "Oh yeah, I agree with you, but I would never dare say anything," I'm like, I'm not doing this. My whole life, I have had a disdain for those who demand others work for them. Now, I hold on for a minute. Like, I understand we all work for each other. I'm saying, I remember when I was younger, I was like,
yeah, people not doing their fucking due diligence, basically. That is a recipe for fucking disaster for anything, because people are too lazy, and that's why communism doesn't work. It'll never work. Tune into the energy and channel. I will do that as a conclusion of an update here. All right. So JG, one thing that I can do is channel and reenact certain people's thoughts, or at least just based off of what's going on here. But let's get into this one thing, and then I will absolutely do this. I'll absolutely do that. Check this out. I'm just plotting out I'm just basically telling everybody, yes, and giving them the reasons why I believe, yes, she is the brains of the ending of yep, good old Charlie. Okay, so I will absolutely do that. So let's do this one last thing here. Again, if anyone wants to jump in, if you have a disagreement, or anything like that, if you have, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions, good or bad, pro or anti. I don't care. Now, not only so, peep the game here. She was canned from Turning Point USA, and afterwards, after the ending of Charlie, she wanted to be the new spokesman and basically replace him. That's my hypothesis. You can call me a freaking crazy conspiracy theorist, whatever. You can say it was Israel. You can say it was whatever. You can say it was a foreign entity. It was her, because she was associated with him She was, and it's just envy. A lot of people who have envy want to get rid of something, thinking that if you get rid of that one thing, then you get rid of it in its entirety. No. When you get rid of one thing, then it creates a huge avalanche of the same. See how she's now becoming she's starting to be more on par, not more on par, but it's more personal, more and more personal, like a personal attack on her. Now and just all of this, you were lied to and leadership knew. This is gaslighting. Yep. Oh,
Andrew Kolba had messaged me early on, and I again was not tracking any of this at the time, but they had said that they felt that Andrew Kolba was acting weird, and I'm sure that's not a big deal. I think we were all acting weird. Charlie Kirk was assassinated, but moreover, they had mentioned that specifically Andrew had told them that when Charlie said no to BB, he lost out on millions. Now I'm going to say allegedly because this is a tip, but I have that tip in writing. I'm not lying to you. And I thought to myself, that is so weird. How could the spokesperson at Turning Point USA be how could they be gaining millions from that? What is the structure here of these contracts that even people that are in PR, people that are like running PR departments are getting?
What? The leader of Turning Point USA is freaking gone. How is this still prosperous? Are you shitting me? Is that not exactly what she was saying right there, then and there? Oh my fucking God! You guys are still getting millions of dollars. You're getting millions of dollars in funds and even more support now that Charlie's gone, and now where am I? I'm back to square one and before this. Ooh. Sounds like I'm mocking her, but I am not. That's exactly what is going through the See You Next Tuesday's mind. In that video, you look at how she's doing this. She isn't like saying, how the hell did this not work? What kind of person would be acting like this? She's not disputing the concept that she might have been maybe not the arbiter, but the brains behind a certain event at 9/12. She knew where he was going to be. She knows a lot of this. This freaking quote unquote this people need to understand that this inside job. Oh my God, it was a turning point inside job. He was done. What it was done from someone who worked with him. Yes, that was yes. If that's true, if you want to blurb out that kind of stuff, that was her. Okay, she worked with him for years at the very genesis when it wasn't as huge, when it was still on the rise. She was already prominent. She helped him with his popularity, and now she's been overshadowed by him. She was overshadowed by him. He surpassed her. Charlie surpassed her in popularity, in influence, and everything. And then all of a sudden, she tries to get out the head person, and now it's all, how in the absolute world did this not work? Do you see how she is flustered that even Turning Point USA is getting even more and more support now that he's gone? She wanted to replace him because she thought that she was the most eligible. And you want to talk about if it was like an insider? Yes, it was a former insider. I don't want to get into a sexist / misogynistic rant here, but there is a saying. There is a saying that women tell on themselves. They don't say that they did it. They show through their actions and through the tones of their voice. They start making well, I didn't know this. It's the very, very she's telling on herself is what I'm saying. By instead of shutting the F up, I'll say it. Instead of shutting the fuck up, and letting this go, and just carrying on with her day, she's telling on herself. She's going on. She's not disputing that she didn't do this. She's not even disputing the notion. If anything, you watch what's going on, it's more like she's covering her tracks. The more she tries to say, don't look, the bigger the freaking trail, the thicker the plot gets.
Tips on the basis of donations. I don't know how this is working, but we need to figure out how this is working. I think it's really important that we learn the truth about what happened. Who's Pierre? Is it Pierre DuPont? And has Turning Point been paid? Obviously, it wouldn't be on this year's taxes.
Look at that smile. She's just freaking pissed.
You're not going to find those on this year's taxes, but they would be on next year's. But we can ask now.
You know, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how the average reading level in the United States is.
I don't care. Well, I do to a degree, but that's what I'm trying to say. How can you? And I did do a mini channeling there, JG. It was for a few minutes there. But do you know what? Oh my God. Truth or community? I'm asking everybody here in the truth or community. New age, whatever, spiritual, truth or whatever. How can you support this? How can you support her? It is evident that she is the brains behind it. You could see it in her face. You could hear it in her tone. You can just see it in her body language. The agitated of how the head person goes on and is still flourishing without her and without him. And hit is what I'm talking about. That's what's frustrating her. This, and you want to know who else acts like this? The leftoids. The crazy matrix. Well, I made a statement. I made this prediction. Maybe not a prediction, but this observation. Take it as you will. I did that audio from that I posted not that long ago. That was not that was taken right after I saw the video that we saw earlier, the to my friend Charlie Kirk. You've been deceived. Yes. I'm not gonna. Am I gonna go on these other like rants? But no. But let me tell you this. If I make a statement like that, you're absolutely asking me how I should to elaborate, because that's a pretty bold statement. Well, one thing about me, no matter what you say, or no matter what it is, I will elaborate. Are you willing to listen, though? And a lot of people do not have the gulls to elaborate. I'm sorry. Make this go viral. Show how awful this See You Next Tuesday is. Because, yes, if this is not very persuasive that she plotted that event, if you know what I'm talking about. She didn't plot 9/12. Oh, I think that you're sadly mistaken, but leave in the comment section, leave in all this other stuff. And if you have a disagreement, I'd absolutely love to have you on. Okay. All right. Wonderful talking to you, everyone. I'll see you next time.